For this exercise, you'll need a table or a couch or a bench, something that's at a height that you can comfortably sit your left leg up onto, and then use your opposite leg as a support. Now you're looking to get yourself into a position where you're 90 degrees through your knee and 90 degrees through your hip. Then to begin with, you want to stay sitting up nice and tall. The first part of the motion is then trying to square your hips back up to the table. So I'm using my right foot here in the video to gently bring my right hip forward, which then increases the stretch and tension through the left backside and posterior hip. Then you can move on to the second part, which is staying tall through your upper body and slowly allowing yourself to bend forward, with the pivot point being around your left hip joint. So you don't want to go into flexing your spine forward. You want to try and create that flexion from your left hip. With both of those movements, you only need to go as far as you need to begin to get the stretch and sensation. Once you've repeated the appropriate amount of repetitions or time, you can swap to the other side. In swapping to the other side, it's always good to give yourself a chance for comparison. Again, with this motion, once you're in position 90-90 with knee and hip, you then want to begin by trying to slowly bring the left hip forward so that your left hip is square with the table. Once you've repeated that for a few repetitions, you can then sit nice and tall and slowly lean forward into your right hip. The idea of these motions for both sides is not to try and fold yourself all the way down to your thigh. It's to try and get as much motion and extensibility out of the posterior hip joint as it feels like it feels comfortable with. So I'm not trying to get you to lay forward onto your leg, I'm trying to get you to gently open up the posterior hip. Always move nice and slow so you can feel the sensations, and then only go through a range of motion that you feel comfortable with.